So today, for the bad EZA video, we're going to talk about TEQ Paikuhan, and I think it's funny because this is possibly the worst sub EZA of 2021. But we're going to go ahead and back that up with evidence because I pulled up the timeline of events for JP, of course, because this guy, of course, did come out on JP first, obviously. So with that being said, let's just jump straight into it for characters that were... Is there any characters that are potentially worse than this guy for a sub EZA? Let's go and talk about it now. I gotta switch my screen over to this so it's way easier to see. Okay, so Paikuhan's way easier to see. Okay, he is. All right, cool. So he comes out in 2021, specifically in July. Are there any sub EZAs that are worse than him? He has to be the worst. Okay, so 6 years. Okay, let's see. And we're not gonna count... There are no free-to-play sub-EZAs. Yeah, the only EZA areas. I almost thought that free-to-plays had a sub-EZA. Excuse me. Okay. Sub-EZAs only. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so scrolling down. Okay, so we have none here at all. This is the 6-year anniversary. Okay, the part 1, of course. Go over to February. What else do we have? Okay, there are none here. There are none here, too. And then we have the EZA area units. Okay, so there's nothing there. Then we go over to March. We scroll on down, and this is not sub-EZAs. This is a actual EZA for the 3 Bio Brother units that were broken as hell in 2021. Moving on. We have the Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks EZA. Saiyan Day, okay, blah, blah, blah. So no sub-EZAs at all. All right, April. What do we have for April? Okay, so we have more EZA area units. We have more EZA area units again. We have a regular EZA. Okay, what else do we have? So we have nothing else for... We have nothing else for April. Okay, then we have more EZA area units, that being the Giru, Trunks, and the Grandpa Gohan and Pan. Alright, let's see. May. Do we have any sub-EZAs? Okay, so we have an EZA area again. We have... What else? Okay, regular EZA. And then we have the sub-EZA for the Sin Shenron. What EZA does this guy awaken from? STR Omega's EZA. This guy's better. Certainly is better. I would say so. I would say he's better than Paikuhan, but it's like, funny enough, it's not by a lot. The thing that makes him better than Paikuhan is the fact that he has a better super attack effect. Of course, him gaining 30% attack and defense 1 turn. He's actually starting out with a solid amount of attack and defense for a 2021 sub EZA. And he gets additional defense for having GT Boss's characters on the team. And he also has a guaranteed crit built into him when you get him 7 or more keys for it. It's not really important, but the thing is that I would argue this guy is more of a helpful addition to your box than Paikuhan is. How often are you running Otherworld Warriors? And you're like, oh, let's bring TEQ Paikuhan for him to support and just give us 40% defense. Now, granted, this isn't 2021, but the thing is that it really doesn't make sense for you to throw this guy on the Otherworld Warriors team because back in 2021, isn't this guy out at the time? That's aren't these guys out at the time of this guy's sub EZA? So you would run essentially double of this guy at the time, right? This guy comes out in 2019, that's right. Yes, you run double of this guy, or when do you come out? You come out in 2020? You do, okay. So you would either run double of Frieza or... Frieza. Believe it or not, they call him Freezer in Japan, I believe. So pretty much it's correct if you really think about it. But I'm still going to call him Frieza because I just don't like calling him Freezer. That just sounds weird. But you could just run double Friezas or run double Gokus, and then run TEQ Gogeta, of course, because this is the best unit on Otherworld Warriors at the time. Run the 3rd years if you want to be different. And then AGL Paikuhan comes out the end of the year, right? No, it comes out in 2020. Well, technically it does come out at the end of the year, but not at the end of the year in 2021. Yeah, you run AGL Paikuhan. Yeah, you would already have a other Warriors team. It's like we have a better option. We have a better Paikuhan. Why are you running TEQ Paikuhan? Are you crazy? It's like this is the only reason you would run this guy. But guess what? Paikuhan is better. The AGL Paikuhan is better than the TEQ Paikuhan. So why would you run this guy? I forgot about this guy. What the? Anyways, so yeah, I would argue this guy Was there a better Sin Shenron back in 2021 than this guy? Let me see, not Fierce Battle, let me see GT bosses, because you want to run this guy with other GT bosses characters. And this guy gets his EZA during the Super 17 celebration. Well, not the Super 17 celebration, it's more specifically, was it? What celebration was this? I think was it the part 2 for who? Let me see again, for April. It was for... Ah, okay, yeah, that does make sense then, for the Golden Week units. All right, that's Golden Week. I'm mixing up all the dates, but yeah, it was for these for the SSJ Goku, the GT Goku, and the GT Vegeta. It makes sense for sure. The part 2 for the Golden Week, I'm pretty sure. Isn't Golden Week in April? I could be wrong, because I don't completely remember right now. But yeah, that's the next. This is the first sub EZA of 2021, and I would already say this guy's better. What Sin did we have back then that was better than this Sin? Because this is an Omega, that's an Omega, and who else? We don't get TEQ Sin till 2022. Yeah, this guy doesn't come out till 2022. So yeah, this is the best Sin Shenron. And arguably, this guy just, you would want to run this guy because GT Bosses sucks donkey balls. But the thing is that Otherworld Warriors also sucks donkey balls too. But the thing is that you have AGL Paikuhan who directly replaces this guy. So why in the hell would you run TEQ Paikuhan over AGL Paikuhan? Granted, you had, like, if you didn't pull AGL Paikuhan, then sure, I guess. But even then, I still wouldn't find the use case of running this guy. I'm just going to be completely honest. Anyways, yeah. Physical Sin is better. We're going to keep up all the sub ECAs of 2021. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, so there are no sub ECAs here. June of 2021. What do we have here? So, no. Regular EZA. Yeah, TEQ Vegeta, of course, comes out during this year. Okay, so there's nothing for June. How about July? What do we have for July? Okay, so EZA area. Of course, we get the TEQ Paikuhan, who obviously is worse than the Physical Sin, because Physical Sin actually has a place on GT bosses back in 2021. No, of course, because you're an LR, obviously you don't have a damn EZA, so no to the 3 of you guys, because you guys are all EZA areas. Okay, so nothing here, EZA area again, so no. Okay, continuing on. Free-to-play units don't have sub-EZAs, Dev. Come on now. Of course they don't. And then we get the sub-EZAs for the STR trunks and the physical trunks from that Int Spirit Bomb Sword EZA trunks. And I can already say, off rip, these two are better. We're not reading their details. These two are just better. You know, is that fair? You know what? It isn't fair. Let's read their details. Okay, so out the gate, they both have better super attack effects. They're gaining defense on super. Out the gate, they have better super attack effects. They're both starting out with a better attack defensive buff than the Paikuhan is. Paikuhan only has 40% defense because he is Otherworld Warriors category ally. So he only has 40% defense and 81% attack baseline. He has to attack to get his 98% attack and defense. Crazy, right? This guy builds up key attack and defense with each turn and gets 100% defense for 10 turns. Nice, out the gate. So far and away better. And then Physical Trunks gains 50% attack and defense for 3 turns and starts out with 4 key and 200% attack and defense. Now, he does have the smallest passive out of every 2021 unit. Certainly he does, but he just shits on TEQ Paikuhan. Come on now. He just shits on him. Keep it 100, right? Anyways, so in order, we have Sin, we have Paikuhan, then we have the Super Trunkses, and Paikuhan is easily the worst so far. Okay, you guys are a regular EZA, and of course you get LR Mantra Vegeta's EZA. Continue on, there's nothing here, there's also nothing here too, nothing here also. Okay, let's go ahead and move on over to September. What do we have for September? Okay, so free-to-play Awakenings, we have, of course, Transforming Goku's EZA, free-to-play EZAs, from the EZA area that's right over here. LRs, you know, all that good stuff, EZA areas again. Okay, October of 2021, what do we have here? We have Physical Kephalus EZA. Do we really need it? I can't believe I have to talk about this damn sub EZA. She's stacking defense. She's a orb changer that nukes. She has dodge chance built into her already, so she does have a defensive ability to fall back on with her stacking defense. She has a super attack chance, and she also gets additional attack, and yeah, that's it. Just additional attack with 6 or more physical keys retained. She's a orb changing nuker that has dodge chance to fall back on with additional super attack chance while stacking defense. Better. Just completely just raw dogs. TEQ Paikuhan's passive. Like, it's like not even close. And this is in order, by the way. This is in order. May of 2021, he's the first sub EZA of 2021. He is better than TEQ Paikuhan. We then get Paikuhan, and then we have both the Super Trunks who are just better. Super Trunks they're just better than Paikuhan. We have Physical Kefla, who just completely stomps out Paikuhan. Okay, so World Tournament Awakenings. We have EZA Era for the Universe 6 characters. Okay, we get Teen Nappa, funny card. LR, we get EZA again. EZA Area for free-to-play units. Then we have the AGL Trunks Dokkan Fest. Moving on over to November. We're getting to the end of 2021. We have the sub EZAs for the TEQ Trunks and the STR Zamasu. So this guy's a better super attack than TEQ Paikuhan. This is a TEQ Paikuhan bashing video, so I'm just gonna put that out there. Starts out with an attack defensive buff that is higher than Paikuhan's. Well, attack obviously not higher than Paikuhan's, because Paikuhan's is 81%. 81%, 1% higher. But doesn't really matter, because this guy gets additional attack and defense facing only one enemy, which is better than Paikuhan's 3 key when facing only one enemy. Take notes, fellas. He also has 160% defense with a 30% chance to guard. That is useful for Battle for sure, but really, the thing is that are you taking his greatly lowering attack on his severe lack of category teams, or are you taking Trunks' high defense with guard chance? The ball's in your court, fellas. Ball is in your court. Yeah, TEQ Trunks is better. Easily better. Now, is there a better Trunks than this guy at the time? I don't remember currently. Right now, I don't remember. Is there a better one at this time? Certainly, he is a okay sub EZA for 2021 at that time. But he just, comparing him to Paikuhan, which we are comparing him to Paikuhan, he is better. Yes, he is. And then we got STR Zamasu, better super attack effect. He has 60% attack and defense to the start of turn, 60% attack and defense, and he attack debuffs the enemy on super. Okay, so he gets an attack and defensive buff from his passive to his super attack effect, so he's just outright better. He also gets an additional 60% attack and defense and recovers 10% HP when your HP is 90% or below. That is good for a sub EZA in 2021. That is pretty solid. I'm not gonna cap. 60% attack when enemies in the attack or defensive down status or stunned or sealed, which doesn't really matter because this guy is A, getting an attack and defensive buff from his passive to a super attack effect, and B, he could recover HP while getting an additional attack and defensive buff when you're below that HP threshold. You guys tell me who's better. And this is in order, by the way. This is in order on which came out, which cards came out. So the first sub EZA of 2021 is Physical Shingenron. Then the last 2 sub EZAs, let's go ahead and get to it. Hold on before I say anything. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Okay, you were just new cards. You guys are all in EZA for, yeah, this big ass EZA from 2021 for Elite Dragon Ball Heroes units. Okay, there's nothing here. Let me go over to December. Do we have any sub EZAs at all? I'm starting to realize sub EZAs are rarer than I thought. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, I had to recount that. I'm like, really? That's it? Oh, okay. And then we get these guys as sub EZAs at the end of the year. Is there any more? There are no more. Okay, and then we have of course, another big EZA for these Dragon Ball Heroes units. Okay, so another big ass EZA for the Dragon Ball Heroes units, as well as the physical go easy. Oh, guys, this. Whew. Okay. And then we have no more sub EZAs for the rest of the year. I skip over any. These are all free to play EZA areas. Okay, so these guys are both better than Paikuhan. Yes, Okay, they both have better super attack effects than Paikuhan, right? Because they're gaining defense on super. Just put it out there. They both start out with 120% attack and defense baseline, which is better than Paikuhan. They both support all allies with 2 key and 25% attack and defense. That is better than Paikuhan's support of only 40% defense to Otherworld Warriors category allies. Meanwhile, AGL Paikuhan is out. Okay. All right, so I think that just about wraps it up. Look at TEQ Paikuhan. Let's talk about why he's bad. A, his super attack effect just sucks. Although, better yet, no, it just does. Let me just close out every other sub EZA. Who is possibly the second worst sub EZA before I compare him to AGL Paikuhan real quick? Because we have to, right? Because why in the hell would you run this guy over AGL Paikuhan? It's like incomparable. We are just completely kicking this guy while he's down. Who is the second worst sub EZA of 2021? Who is it? Let's be honest. Like, really? Let me go over to December. You guys' sub EZAs are pretty solid considering the fact that the tech androids are out at the time. And you can use these guys with the tech androids. So I probably can't say you guys. Would it be... Who would it be? Is it Tech Trunks? It's probably Tech Trunks. Right? Or maybe it's this guy? It's hard to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who is the second worst sub EZA of 2021 that comes close to this guy? I think this guy's just in a league of his own. I'm sorry. He's in a league of his own. Now let's go ahead and kick him while he's down and compare him to AGL Paikuhan. Let me just close all these tabs out. Let's bring up Otherworld Warriors, which at the time we do have 2 leaders to run for this team. We have one that's 3 key, 150% across the board, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he is. No, he's 4 key. My bad, Angel. Go to Frieza. We have one that's 4 key and 150% across the board. And then we have this guy who is the only real leader to Otherworld Warriors, that being the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, who is 3 key and 170% across the board. So they do at the time have a real leader skill, 170% across the board leader skill. So you'd run double of these guys. So that's, of course, he's filling up 1 slot. You're running Tech Gogeta. You would run the 3rd gears, I'd presume, just to go ahead and get your health pool up. That's the only reason I'd see running guys. Let's see. You would also run AGL Paikuhan. He's a fucking staple for this team at the time, and probably still is now, right? So that's 4 units that fill out these slots. Who else? This guy's a good healer. Who would you sit right next to though? Probably the provided this guy does transform fast enough, then yeah, you can run this guy. This guy could be a healer. Why not? That's 5. And then 6, remember we're talking about at the time, guys. He has his EZA at the time. Of course he does. Yeah, Dev, come on now. One more, like, what's one more unit we were running this team? I don't know. It definitely wouldn't be TEQ Paikuhan. Fucking wouldn't. It'd be this guy. I'm skipping him. He had a good EZA. Yeah, this guy had a good EZA. Yeah, you're running this guy. We already have a team filled out. Yeah, and then we just go ahead and bring up AGL Paikuhan. It's like incomparable. Not in Paikuhan. AGL Paikuhan. We bring up AGL Paikuhan. I would certainly say this guy has a better super attack effect than this guy does. Although it's funny how he doesn't gain defense on super for both his unit super attack and his regular super attack. That's weird. But he is greatly lowering attack, which, of course, the same thing that this guy's doing. He's basically this guy, but better. Literally. He's giving better support, right? And he gets 4 key, a 50% chance to dodge, and seals the enemy. So not only can he greatly lower the enemy's attack, but he can seal them. Okay? Meanwhile, having up to 4 key and a 50% chance to dodge. So this guy has a defensive ability to fall back on while supporting attack debuffing and sealing the enemy. It's like, let's be completely honest. Who are you using in ESBR? This guy or this guy? It's incomparable. So why is this guy bad? It's like, if you guys saw every single one of 2021 sub EZAs, and I couldn't think of one of the cards out of all of them who were as bad as this guy. All of them had their uses. This guy's use is just to die, pretty much. So why is this guy bad? Why is he not starting out with 100% attack and defense baseline? Why does he not have a 50% chance to dodge? Why not? Just give it to him. I don't see why not. Because, guys, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 category teams. 6. Why does he only give 40% defense to Otherworld Wars characters? Paikuhan is giving 2 key and 30% attack and defense. Make it make sense. What? Like, why don't you... I don't think anyone will be mad if they just let this guy give 2 key and 30% attack with 40% defense unrestricted. No one would have been mad. No one would be like, oh, wow, now I can't use AGL Paikuhan. Yes, you could still use AGL Paikuhan if you do not have AGL Paikuhan. Then this guy would have been a reliable option, provided they just gave him an unrestricted. Better yet, you could have given him a 30% chance to dodge. You could have given him some guard if you had the other awards category ally attack in the same turn. Why not? It's just, make him Rainbow Orb Changer. Because guess what? Guess who needs rainbow orbs, provided they don't orb change on their own, because they have a 50% chance to orb change. These fuckers, they would love those orbs. Remember, guys, they have a chance to change rainbow orbs. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world that they have a chance to change rainbow orbs. But remember, the dumbest restriction on a unit I've ever seen is a unit that has to have a chance. A unit that has to have a chance to get key each time they get hit. This is the dumbest restriction I've ever seen. Let me pull them up real quick. Is it May? It's May. Yeah. This is the dumbest restriction I've ever seen on a unit. This is stupid. This right here. A 50% chance to get key? Build up 1 key up to 7? I'm done. I'm done. Don't run TEQ Paikuhan. He sucks. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video. I love you all. Peace.